keep putting him out, even though it's not the best Zerg map, as you did say. But I don't know. Let's see what he has prepared today. I'm sure he's going to look back at his match against Flash and say, okay, I messed up here, here, and here. I need to do this, this, and this better. But I'm sure INnoVation will watch that match as well and say, oh, I can, really get him here, and this is exactly what I'm going to do. So.
Well, I'll just play like a robot and go ByuL mines and win the game, I guess. Hello.
LOL.
Yep. He'd say that in real life as well, but he is a robot.
LOL. ByuL looking pretty confident, though. He doesn't look too, too affected by this, going up against one of the strongest guys here.
Hasn't played a Zerg in Pro League yet.
Yeah, wow. That's an interesting stats.
Wow.
He's 5-0 against Protoss and 2-0 against Terran.
That's funny.
And 0-0 against Zerg.
Well, ByuL, he shouldn't be too nervous because he is a great player and he has potential to take down someone like INnoVation or Flash. Just not yet. Maybe today he'll break INnoVation's win streak.
Let's see. Will he be the guy to do it? What do you think, Lid?
Nope.
No, I don't think so either. And neither does anyone else. It's a 6-0 here for INnoVation. No surprise, I feel. Just based on the fact that, this guy is just playing so well these days. It's really hard to vote against this guy. And just a lot of 6-0 votes today. Very interesting.
Well, they are pretty one-sided, kind of obvious matchups, I guess. Like, there's potential for upsets, but most likely that isn't going to happen.
Yeah, the players that are, quote-unquote meant to win are playing very strongly, and they're playing their style. So let's see if they can continue that streak. Your INnoVation going up against ByuL. The map is merry-go-round. Let's jump into the game right now. Down here in the south, the merry-go-round in the yellow for CJ Entis, the Zerg player. He is ByuL. Yeah, there he is.
And up here in the top right, it is what? INnoVation. Not ByuL again.
Yeah. Playing for SK Telecom in the orange. Looks like we've got our colors back, if not officially. We see sometimes these players are putting on their team colors, as we did have last season as well.
We got a INnoVation fanboy here, and it says something about CJ. Maybe he's
I think it said CJ's failure.
Whoa.
Yeah, this guy doesn't hold back.
That guy is probably that dude that just screams in the audience every time, man.
Yeah, I
one of
think
those
that's
crazies. There's some crazy people that come here and cheer, man.
Yeah, I like to use the word fanatic.
No.
Which is actually where the word fan comes from. But
that's true. That is true. And
let's go into our very patented first-person view.
No, the wrong time
at 13
again.
supply.
I'm going to have to write down what time they should actually start showing this. Looking at position-wise, not the best position for ByuL either. He's going to have to take that third base in the center, and he's going to take that fourth base, obviously to the mid-left or far left. Most likely going to be mid-left on the high ground. It's going to make for a very hard mid-game for him. Obviously, wants to get the momentum before then and get the creep spread out there so he can avoid, those kind of iffy situations when they are dropping on the high ground, have Thors on the low ground and mines on the low ground. Everything gets really ugly very quickly.
This is very awkward positions here for ByuL. INnoVation will probably be happy once he does find ByuL. And do you think INnoVation is going to put on any kind of two-base pressure? You think he'll just play like standard, the kind of 3CC style we're seeing a lot these days?
Yeah,
just play greedy?
Yeah, I think we'll see that actually. I think we're going to see Reaper and a Hellion Banshee into, the faster third CC, into ByuL mines and parade push, etc., etc. Yeah. Usually what you would see on this map, and, it's INnoVation style. It's what he does. It's what's programmed into his blood.
Into his blood? Like, not even into his brain, it's in his blood?
No, they just inject him. That's what you got to do for androids, man. Yeah, it's going to be the very sort of standard games. It's the sort of games we did see him play against live.
Yeah. You know what they say? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And
they also say
INnoVation is not a broken machine, I'll tell you that.
And if it's TVZ on merry-go-round, there's pretty much one way to play it. And that is that way, unless you're going to cheese.
Yeah. I'm feeling a slight bit of jadedness in your voice.
Oh,
Is that
no,
true?
no.
Or
I'm not jaded at all. I actually love this matchup so much. Even if this stayed the same for the next 10 years, I would be happy because it is that exciting.
Yeah, I do agree with you. In fact, I feel like TVZ right now is probably the most exciting matchup. That and TVT, even though I am a Protoss player, I love those two matchups.
Yeah, I think the map has run its course, though. I can't wait for this map to disappear at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am sick of this map. I think it's been around for long enough, you know.
Yeah, it's really overstayed its welcome, maybe. I mean, there are a lot of other maps that have been around for around the same time, like Overgrowth and Sejong Station, but I feel like those maps are a little bit better.
Overgrowth is a fantastic map. Yeah, it has been around for a very long time. King Sejong, always interesting games. You know, I think that's still a fun map because it's one of the better maps we've ever had.
And we're definitely seeing some really interesting innovation out of Zergs, especially against Protoss on that map. So I feel like in any matchup or on any specific map for any matchup where stuff is like changing or being that, you know, strange and just different, I feel like you kind of got to keep it and just see how it goes.
Yeah. And, I mean, for instance, the next map we do have, Vani Research Station. I think that's a fantastic new addition. That's the kind of map that I really like. Makes for some pretty interesting games, more straightforward macro games. You know, it's no real disadvantage in spawns or anything like that. So there's a lot of fun to come as well. I mean, there's definitely new maps on the way as well.
So those Zerglings that actually got to the top of the ramp, INnoVation just barely getting those supply depots up. They saw the barracks and the starport right next to each other, but they didn't see that tech lab. Do you think he can just kind of say, like, okay, you're going Banshees out of this? I mean, he sees the Hellions coming out with the reactor. He's like, okay, that's coming in.
It's a hard one. It's a hard one because you're kind of making a guess there. Is it going to be two base, you know, like some other sort of play, like Hellbat timing? You can definitely do with a starport and a factory, just like that.
Oh, man. Well, now he knows for sure the Zerglings got in the main base. They even see the cloak researching. So he knows everything pretty much of what INnoVation is doing.
Yeah, as well, he did see the tech lab on the barracks. It's going to be ByuL no matter what, though it would be pretty weird if he did go for mech on this map. But just double-checking that. He kind of gets all the information you'd ever need for that.
Yeah, really good scout by ByuL. And it looks like the harass at the front with the Hellions and the Reaper not getting too much damage done either. We do have a bunch of Hellions going across the map still, and that first Banshee is out, as well as Cloak about to finish up here. So INnoVation looking to put on more pressure. ByuL still not able to get any drones over at that third base. Just too dangerous right now.
Oh, this could do a lot of damage. That is a lot of Hellions. That Banshee, though, not really finding anything because of that Spore. Gonna need a lot more Zerglings. Ooh, it's getting kind of ugly. Does not want to line them up either. He's got to actually get out of the range of the Banshee. And he should not be sending these Banelings off creep.
Yeah, off creep against the really fast Hellions. There's just so many Hellions right now, and he's following up with more. That Baneling is not going to do anything, man.
He's getting really messy. He needs to transfuse one of his queens at least. He's got 50 energy. There we go. Oh, man. See, this is the problem with this kind of map. It is a pretty tricky sort of situation for Zerg, especially in these spawns, because you have that very awkward third base. And already a lot of damage on the ByuL.
Got to move that Banshee back, though. One of the queens goes down. And those Zerglings just continuously are being picked off. One by one, they're going into Hellions and being just burned right away. Those Banelings not able to do much.
Yeah, and we're seeing a big commitment for Hellion Banshee in this as well. It's kind of being non-stop at this point. And because ByuL is so contained from this, like there's no reason to stop making them. He's making his third CC at the same time, so he's just getting further and further ahead. Yeah,
he's doing so much damage, and behind this he's got so much. Even the double engineering bay as well. He's got such a big follow-up after this. This is definitely not an all-in. Stim about to finish up here. No real infantry units, though, here. Looks like ByuL has made a lot of queens. He's going to push these Hellions back for now. He actually gets that Banshee. Pretty good big pick off there.
Yeah, a bit of a mistake there. I mean, if he had made an armory at some point as well, like, can you imagine if they were actually Hellbats instead of Hellions? Like, this could have been a lot uglier for ByuL. Instead, you know, just committing to a lot of Hellions. Not a bad choice either. He's in a pretty good position for that. ByuL could not drone up his third base at all. Spire almost finished there. This is the time when ByuL can actually give back some damage.
Yeah. And he's finally able to drone up that third base, making 9 drones. It's not going to be fully saturated for now. Ooh, not the best Banshee harass there. May have gotten just like 1 drone, but ByuL with enough queens to shut that down.
He should have seen the Spire as well. He should be making turrets right now. That should be his next step. He had a great look at it. His Banshee died right over it. But still, no commitment to turrets. There we go. Starting to put them down now.
Clean up that Overlord there. Can definitely put that third base over there. Just get a little bit closer to the Zerg. Use that as like a starting point. Just attack from there.
Yeah, makes it a little bit easier to defend everything if you've got your troops rallied to your third base. And yeah, it's pretty much where the parade begins. But when these mutas come out, it's going to get a little bit trickier.
Well, let's see what they can do. He's got 6 out right now. He's got a lot of turrets, though. INnoVation does. He's even got 1 over the production, so he's being very safe about this. I think he's even making a second one there in the mineral line. One thing he didn't do is pre-make one at his third base, so he's going to delay the mining there for a bit.
It's going to help out a little bit, just delay everything, but still, enough Marines there now. 1-1 just about to finish as well as combat shield, so he's pretty ahead, or kind of a little bit ahead in upgrades to ByuL's. But ByuL has finally set up shop, fully saturated that third base now. Going for that fourth base on the high ground. He's in a pretty good position. The creep spread is getting out there as well. He's really stabilized, and he's looking good. Looking good going into this mid-game.
That he is. Gets this Reaper over here. Kind of just out there for a scout. We do see the Hellions were trying to go for another pass over there to the right side, but decided to come back. As he did see all those Lings coming back, he needs to defend against that for now. He's got a very healthy SCV count right now at 63. As well as triple orbital, so he should be okay. Catching one of those mutas is pretty good as well.
And we do see quite a nice supply lead for ByuL at this point too. Something we have actually not seen in the past in this kind of matchup. In this kind of point of the game, a 30 supply lead for ByuL. It's actually pretty exciting for him, man. It actually means he's in a really good place. And man, this run by just insane damage. It's going to stop everything. It's going to stop the parade push. It's going to give ByuL an opportunity to deal with this drilling cores upgrade.
He's pushing at the front as well. That's a huge amount of Lings, and Muta's coming in here. He's going to get a full surround on all of these Marines, and he's got to pick up and boost away right now, but that's a lot of Mutas on the chase.
Yeah, it is. And not many Banelings, which is the problem. They are lagging behind. We see about 9 of them on the way. I don't know if it's going to be enough to really do critical damage, but he's going to try.
Well, he does get a couple of those Widow Mines. The others are just kind of bumping up against the Lings here.
Yeah, he was looking for that money sort of Bane hits on the SCVs. Unfortunately, not going to get them. And he's going to have to fall back eventually, but he did some pretty decent damage.
Yeah, that he did. ByuL really looking to put the hurt onto INnoVation right now. INnoVation just needs to stabilize, I feel. Once he gets that +2/+2, he's going to be slightly ahead of ByuL, as you guys do see there on the production tab. So maybe he can use that to some effect. He's going to be looking to get that 3/3 as fast as possible. Start pushing with that. He does have the drilling claws now. It's going to be very helpful.
Yeah, that changes a lot. That makes engagement so much easier for Terran once they get that. And we're also seeing Hellbats being added in, which is really going to help out. These Mutas going for the natural. They're going to pick off the 1 turret. This could do a lot of damage as well.
Yeah, he made 2 turrets in the main, but just 1 here at the natural. Already 5, now 8 SCVs going down. Now they're going to come in here, Sniper Reactor on that starport. Very nicely done. Getting damage where he can.
And this is what INnoVation does not want to happen right now. He wants to be out in the map, applying the pressure, not losing momentum like this. And we're seeing Banelings come from both sides. Oh, no SCV micro whatsoever. 17 down. Not all of them, but a good chunk of them.
ByuL is just creating so much space for himself at the same time. Like we were saying, INnoVation wants to be on ByuL's turf, but ByuL is just pushing him all the way back. He's been mining that fourth base for a long time with 82 drones. He had like 85 before. Now he's made some buildings, and
he really broke the momentum of INnoVation when he really needed it. He wanted to start clearing creep, applying pressure, and trying to deal with the fourth base, but he hasn't even been near it until now.
Yeah, this is really INnoVation's first foray out onto the map. And let's see those Widow Mine hits. How do they go? Pretty decent.
Pretty decent indeed, actually. That was pretty impressive. These Banelings could clean up all the Marines, which he really needs to do. Wow. A lot of Queens, by the way. A lot of Creep Queens. 5. There's a big number of them.
Got the drop coming in here at the fourth base. Not going to get too much damage done. In fact, he's going to get boost out there. And a fifth base going on at the same time. But INnoVation looking to expand as well. Looks like this medevac should be going down here. Remember, boost.
Yeah, space created now for INnoVation with that drop. He got a little bit of time to breathe and regroup. Going to send out more units. The creep obviously receded quite a decent amount from that scan. He's got to keep that fourth going. The mutas are kind of heading that way as well. But yeah, he wants to kind of survive and trade pretty decently until that 3-3, and then he's going to have that really, really healthy upgrade advantage. Makes such a big difference.
Yeah, I don't believe we have it. Oh, well, as I say, that infestation pick coming down here. And the muta's flying all the way over. Those Marines taking a bunch of damage. I don't think he got a lot of those mutas, though. I think he just did a lot of damage to them, you know?
Yeah, he got one muta and just put a lot of them on half health. Still, you know, it's good to see where they are and try and catch them out. Obviously, his fourth base is kind of in an awkward place if the mutas come along.
Trading muta for Widowmine there. Scan coming down on the base all the way to the left. Wants to see if that's coming down. I'm not sure if he's actually identified the fact that the fifth base is coming down to the right side. Oh, a couple of Widowmines coming down. He does get 3 drone kills.
Nice. And look at that ball outside. ByuL looking, posturing for another attack here. INnoVation's got to be very careful. He's going to run into him in just a moment. He sees him, and ByuL not acting as fast as he should have.
Yeah, but at the same time, these mutas are doing an incredible amount of damage in the main base. Actually going for that engineering bay right now with 3-3 about to finish.
That is a +3 attack.
Oh my god, he just shut that down.
That is so much damage right there.
That's huge, and INnoVation just now comes back to deal with it.
Yeah, well, he's going to actually do damage now. He's going to try and deal with his fourth base, get rid of the creep, take a very healthy engagement, but he's not actually paying attention.
No splits over there. And we got a huge amount of banelings rolling through once again. Just rolling into Marauders right now. He doesn't even care. Really not the best trades here for ByuL, but he totally pushes INnoVation back. He's got a lot of momentum from this as well.
Yeah, and I think he might actually be able to clean up. We do see a lot of ByuL coming to help out this fourth base, but if we see a Remax fast enough and a lot of banelings, I think we could see ByuL shut this down and maybe even close out the game.
He's looking really strong, man. This is some awesome ZVT out of ByuL today.
I'm really liking his creep spread, and I love that he's had 5 creep queens this whole time. And just keeping the middle creeped up. Really helping him out defending that fourth base.
Well, let's see if he can shut this down. He's got a huge amount of banelings pulling through. A lot of focus fire onto those Widowmines. Getting some decent hits, but there's just so many banelings rolling through right now. And just not a lot of ByuL. Here we go, some more Widowmines. Oh, get some really nice hits.
They clean up everything at this point. If we see ByuL jump on top of the production, there is nothing INnoVation can do. And I think we might see that now. Lings are getting in, mutas are getting in. There's no any air here except for that one turret. And this is checkmate.
Pretty much is. We got another drop over here at the fourth base, but that's about it. He's trying to defend against 18 mutas in his main, but it's just not working. Looks like INnoVation may have taken his first loss here against ByuL. Even the Queen's getting involved on the ramp.
That is awesome. Yeah, there is no coming back from this. Once Zerg is on your production line, you cannot get enough bio there. You cannot get enough mines or any sort of position that's going to help you out.
He's trying to repair the Thor.
Yeah.
Game not going to work. There you have it. 10 SCVs going out to all the mutas. And as Moonglade's been saying, just looks shut down. A bunch of scans to see where the bases are. INnoVation not looking happy. And it looks like he will take his first loss in Pro League tonight against ByuL. Against the predictions of everyone here, GG! ByuL takes down INnoVation. Many other Zergs have not been able to. And that puts CJ Antis in a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, they could very well close this out. If Sky High can create an upset or do something to Su, if Su can have another slip-up, could very well see a 3-0 victory.
Yeah, man. It's definitely very possible. And, wow, ByuL, just really incredible ZVT play. Really got to hand it to this guy. He's really stepped up here against INnoVation. I feel like it's possible that a little bit of the pressure got to INnoVation as well. It just didn't look quite as solid as he has in the past. I mean, he's played like so many exhausting series as well. So,
yeah, having a bit of a come-down period after all these very big, important games. One Pro League loss, you know, you can afford that.
So now INnoVation goes to 7-1 in his Pro League standings. Just such a huge win for ByuL, and not even just for his team, but for him and his career as well. I'm sure a lot of people are going to be looking at that and being like, "Oh my God, this guy's ZVT is super top notch."
Well, next up, Sky High versus Sue. It's going to be on Varney Research Station. And this is going to be a pretty exciting one. I think Sue definitely in favor. He's looking fantastic against Karen specifically. We'll get into more of that when we're looking at the players. But no, I've really been looking forward to this one. More than just about any other match tonight, because I'm constantly waiting for Sue to come back into form. You know, He's got the potential there. He got second place so many times last year. He really is one of the most talented Zergs we do have here.
Well, as you guys see on screen, a 2-0 lead here for CJ Entis. And as is the way of Pearly, we're probably going to go to a break before that game 3. But what do you feel like INnoVation could have done a little bit better in that game to, just try to get the momentum a little bit earlier on? Or, what do you think?
I guess his Banshee micro was a little bit sloppy, losing them to those queens on creep like that. He maybe should have brought them back, repaired them, or at least found a different angle. Maybe try to focus a little bit more on the third base, less about on the ramp of the natural.
Yeah.
So he could have had a bit of a better trade there. He did pretty good there, but he ended up losing just all the Banshees, so all his DPS was gone and eventually got beaten back. And it put him way far behind because he got his third CC so late because of that sort of aggression.
He was just investing like so much into so many Hellions as well as the Banshees, and not really able to do much